You are in survival mode. You don't take a break to relax and just think. It's called white space, creating white space. Some of the best ideas for growing my business come when I take a break. Because when you're just in go, go, go forward mode, you can't take a break. You are stressed out. It's hard to think clearly. It's hard to plan for the long term because you are in survival mode. You're just thinking about the next bills, the bills for this month, the bills for next month. But I want you to get out of that survival mode so that you can thrive, you can plan for the long term. When did you last take a break? Okay. When did you last take a break to just think and plan for your business? Let me know in the comments. Okay. Type in the comments so I see. Have you ever taken a break from your business? Or is it that when you take a break, your business also takes a break? The money also takes a break. We need to move away from that. Build leverage, build your business. When there's enough money coming into your business, you can sit down and create systems so that you have leverage. You can hire consultants so that they help you structure your business. Have you ever hired a consultant? Let me know. Type in the comments below. I would love to know about that. Have you ever hired a consultant? I would like to know that. You can build yourself. When you have enough sales coming in, you can hire a coach to help you get your life and your business together. Let me tell you this, one of the most important, most significant investments I've ever made is that of hiring a business coach. I remember it was in 2019. I was running a social media marketing agency, which I mentioned earlier. I had a team of about 8 employees. I was stressed out. Getting a coach to walk me through certain principles, to give me feedback, to talk to, sometimes it gets lonely. When you have a coach, they can help you to think through, plan better. It really changed my business. Have you ever hired a coach before? Have you ever joined a coaching program before? These things are only possible when you plan for yourselves, when you think about how important it is to grow your business. Okay. So since planning is so important, let's make a plan. What do you think? Let's do that. Creating a plan is like creating a game worth playing. Imagine soccer. Imagine soccer. If you're a soccer enthusiast, you can easily imagine that. Even us who are not soccer people, we know this, right? What would happen if they removed the goalpost in a soccer match? Think that would be interesting. Would it be something worth looking forward to? You know the answer to this question. It would not. Okay. So when you are running a business without sales targets, it's like watching a soccer without it's like watching a soccer match without the goalposts. It's not exciting. How will you know if you are progressing? How will you know how far you are from the target? How will you know when to celebrate? But when you are planning, it's like a full game with clear goalposts. You know when you are going to score. You should have targets. Let's talk about your targets now. What are your targets? So in the digital entrepreneurship program, the first week you have to set clear targets. Clear targets, this is what we're going to do. Part of it is what we're going to cover here today. One of the first things you need to ensure is one of the things you need to ensure in your business. This is the beginning of the year, okay? You might watch this maybe not at the beginning of the year or beginning of the month or beginning of the week, but you need to be clear about where you are going. So what are your goals? How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make per month? How much money do you want to make per quarter, per year? These figures should be on your fingertips. Then you are playing a game worth playing. It's easy to measure your progress. It's easy to know where to optimize it. It's easy to pinpoint, like, okay, this is where the problem is coming from. Let me fix this, right? So, which sales targets do you currently have? Do you have any sales targets at all? Do you have what your monthly sales should be, what your quarterly sales should be? Let me know. Type in the comments. Tell me what are your sales targets, or do you already have the sales targets? So I'm going to talk about now how you're going to set these targets if you're not sure how to set your targets. Okay, let's talk about deciding what are your targets. In case you don't have clear targets, I'm going to take you through the process. How do you decide what your targets should be? If you have never set your goal before, it's easiest to decide by thinking about yourself. Why did you start this business? To look after yourself, right? To make your life easy, to make money. So that is the easy starting point. Think about your lifestyle, the cost of your lifestyle. How much does your life cost? How much does your dream lifestyle cost? How much will it cost for you to live where you want to live, have the kind of house you want to have, the kind of car you want to have. I have this worksheet called the Dream Lifestyle Cost Calculator. The first time I went through this, the number, I was like, I went into dreamland, right? I put in all the numbers I wanted until the total. Oh, the figure was so big. But it has given me a clear target. Okay. So this is what you do. What is your dream sales figure? So you must have a number you're working towards. Otherwise, it will be like playing soccer without goalposts. So go back to the question of why you are doing this business. Why are you doing this business? If it's to look after yourself, then what is the cost of looking after yourself? Right? So you look at it from that point of view in case you don't yet have clear targets. So once you have that target, how many customers do you need to have? So let's say the dream figure is 100,000 per month. Okay, this could be, it could be kwacha, it could be dollars. I have clients from all over the world, all over Africa, so I don't want to restrict myself to one currency. So whatever figure I'm going to put here, put the currency that makes sense for you. Okay, so I'm using an example of 100,000 per month. So this could be dollars or kwacha or whatever your currency is. I want you to figure out how many customers do you need for you to be able to hit your dream figure in terms of the sales. Okay. If let's say you sell products for 10 kwacha, then you know you're going to need 10,000 customers. If you sell a product for 100, you know you're going to need 1,000 customers. So I want you to have a clear figure in your mind about the number of customers you need to reach for you to reach your dream sales target figure. Okay, so that it's clear. Now, when you have that, then you can work it backwards. Let's say, so another way to approach this is to work it backwards. Let's say you want your salary to be 10,000 per month. Then you ask yourself, how much money does the business need to be making to be able to comfortably pay me a salary or an allowance this much? Because remember, you started this business to sustain your lifestyle, right? So how much is your lifestyle, or how much would you like the business to pay you? So from there, you work it backwards and say, okay, if for the business to comfortably pay me this much, then the business must be able to make this much. So remember, the business money is not your money. It's not personal money. You should get an allowance or a salary from the business. There's a proportionment or apportionment theory that we use in the digital entrepreneurship program about how much money you should get. So there are no hard and fast rules. You can decide. So there's a rough estimate here where I'm saying, let's say you say, okay, I want the business to be paying me 10,000 and I want it to give me 10% of the sales revenue. So if you work it backwards, then you know that your target should be 100,000. So something like that. Okay. So make the estimate. Either you start from a dream figure of saying, this is how much money I want the business to be making. If you're not sure about that, start with yourself. How much money would you want to make per month yourself? How much money should the business pay you? So for the business to afford to pay you that amount, how much money does the business need to be making? Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Now, after you have that figure, it's time to write down your plan. How do we do that? We break it down. In order to eat something big, to tackle a big goal, the easiest way to do is to break it down. That's what we're going to do with your sales and marketing plan as well. Write it down. Here's how we're going to break it down. We're going to do what? Identify the target market size. What is the size of your target market? What are your sales targets? How many leads do you need to generate? The number of sales leads. Okay, the number of customers, the actual sales targets. So this is a super simplified one-page sales and marketing plan where you just have the main figures, right? The sales figures, the number of sales leads you need to create, and the number of customers, the target market size, how many customers. Okay, there's a typo here, I'll fix it later. How many customers you actually need to have. So this is a simple plan. Now, mine looks like this. So you might be like, oh, okay, that looks more complicated. So if you see this is really simple, but this one looks more complicated. Why does it look more complicated? It's because it includes the implementation strategy. So if let's say I've got sales figures, then I break it down and say, okay, how many people do I need to reach? So what is my visibility? What is my strategy for the visibility? Then what are my leads? What is my strategy for generating the leads? What about the sales? How do I close more sales? So this one is a more detailed plan. So you start with a simple plan with just some basic targets, some basic figures that you want to reach in terms of actual sales, number of clients, and number of leads. Then you look at the implementation. So you create something like a little dashboard. I love the idea of a dashboard so much. I like to teach it so much. So the idea of a dashboard is that it gives you a snapshot of something. So if you look at the dashboard, even like when you're driving, you look at a snapshot, you just take one look at your dashboard. You can tell if there's something wrong with the engine, if the oil is too little, the engine is too hot, if the fuel, if the fuel is too low, because those are the key metrics. So the idea is that you should have certain key metrics or key numbers that you can just look at and say, okay, this is where I am. This is good. This is bad. It's too low. It's too high. So it's doing okay. So you create your sales and marketing plan into some kind of one-page dashboard. Okay. So the sales and marketing plan, the one-page sales and marketing plan, is a dashboard of your key figures, your key targets. So dashboards, key metrics are like a snapshot of the system. That is why when you go to the hospital, the first thing they do is what? Get your body metrics, the key metrics. They'll say the body vitals. I remember when the last time, everyone who goes to the hospital, the first thing they do is get your vitals. Why do they want to get your vital metrics? Because vital metrics always give you a snapshot of what is happening in a system. Vital metrics of your business can show how your sales and marketing are doing, how it's performing. Okay, so you should have the vital metrics. So what are these vital metrics you should measure in your business? Here are the three main categories of the vital metrics. First one, visibility. How visible are you? You need to identify and pick some metrics that you can use to measure the visibility of your business. Because just like in the hospital, when you go and take your vitals, this is one of your vitals. When someone comes to me to help me so that I help them to troubleshoot their sales, one of the first things I do is take their vitals. These are the vitals I look at, some of them. Okay, visibility. How visible are you? If you're invisible, you're not going to make any sales. You see how that makes sense? How visible are you? So when we go into the detailed now digital entrepreneurship program, we break down how do you make yourself much more visible. How about the sales leads? Okay, you are visible, but do you have people who are showing interest? How are you measuring that number? Because that is part of the vital metrics, the number of sales leads that you have. Then we look at the number of sales. So by looking at all these figures, when I'm helping someone in a private consultation session, I'm able to actually troubleshoot. So those who are going to join the digital entrepreneurship program, you'll be able to also know the figures. I insist during the program, you have to have these figures. That's why if you look at mine, it looks more detailed. This is an Excel sheet. Of course, when you join, I can show you the detailed one. It shows like for each of these metrics, the vital metrics, visibility, leads, and sales, for each of the vital metrics, how do you improve it? What are the strategies? How do you measure? What do you focus on measuring? Because there's so many things you can measure as well. Even with the leads, how many leads do you have? How do you get more leads? What are the strategies? How do you measure? Which metrics do you measure? So it becomes all this KPI, which you can put in a format like an Excel sheet. It becomes your one-page sales and marketing plan. So it's one page, right? So you can put it in an Excel sheet like this. Visibility, pick your vital metrics and put them on one page. Plan, what are your sales targets? What are your targets for your leads? What is the target for the visibility? Put it into one Excel sheet like that, because you are clear now about your targets. Now, after you've got your targets, you've got the plan, the next part is what? Implementation. You have to implement your plan. Okay. So once you have something like this, you can see that it's quite detailed. Each part, each stage, we have to go into detail about the strategies that are going to work for that. So we cannot cover all these strategies in one session, one short session like this, because it will be like drinking water from a fire hose, which will be too much. What we need to do is to go step by step. Learn, implement, ask. Get some feedback, ask. Go back and implement. If you get stuck somewhere, you come back and you ask. So there are downloads and templates in the digital entrepreneurship program. So now let me tell you about that. The downloads and templates like this same one which you're seeing. There's another one called Double Your Sales Worksheet. There's another one called the Lifestyle Calculator. Then there's my own one-page sales and marketing strategy. When you join, you also get to know about the software and tools that I use. Some of them are AI software, others are sales and marketing related software. You might have seen this on my page where I'm posting some AI generated images. I can show you how to save costs in your marketing, because one of the things in marketing is the cost of creating graphics. Now we've got technology which has changed so much. I was telling someone like, oh, I'm going to save so much money on paying graphics designers. And if you're a graphics designer, let me give you a secret. You can combine your graphics design skills with artificial intelligence and just supercharge your skills. Okay, become faster, be more productive, and all this. Same thing with photographers. So you get to learn all that in the digital entrepreneurship program. So I also share recommended tools and resources, and there's some bonus courses. Like I said, I've been creating courses for a long time now, and I don't share everything in the digital entrepreneurship program unless you ask. You can ask for a particular course based on a particular topic. Let's say we're covering a topic and then you realize, I need to learn more on that. Then I can say, look, I've got a specific course for this. Let me just send it to you. I've been doing that. I did that in the last class. A number of people told me, okay, the topic we covered today, I really appreciated it. Can I get something more detailed? And I would send the bonus course to them. You also get some basic assistance and access to advertising. So I have different bonuses depending on the time when you join and whatever is happening at that time. I do also have one way or another of helping you to advertise. I also give you feedback on your adverts. So here's what you get when you join the digital entrepreneurship program: knowledge, tools, coaching, personalized feedback, guidance, recommended further material, access to my contractors, access to the tools that I use. So these are the topics that we cover, some of them: overcoming invisible things that hamper your business growth, making faster sales, charging more money for what you are currently offering, saying the right things online, how to say the right things that help you to have more followers, more customers, how to grow your audience, and much, much more. So this is the digital entrepreneurship program I was telling you about. It's a 30 days program, 4 weeks of learning and coaching. Then you get access to the material for 1 year. In case you missed on something, in case you need to revise, you can always go back and check the material. Okay, installments are welcome for those who want to join and say, okay, I don't have enough money. And if you say, I can't join right now, there's always another time. So the way this is going to be a recurring class. It will keep on recurring. So you need to make sure you just stay in the loop so that when you're ready, you can actually get started. So some of the feedback I got from the last class, someone told me he has seen what he has been doing wrong for the last 8 years. So this is not a beginner. This is why I have a mixture of beginners and those who've been so experienced in business. As long as you feel stuck with your sales, join this program. I'm going to show you what you have been missing. Another one said, joining this program is the best decision I made this year. So I know there's a lot of good feedback that has come. I'll share some more testimonials for those who want more. I'll share some more testimonials in the group. Then let me tell you, when you join, you have access to the material both on a mobile app and also on our website. So you can choose according to your convenience. Do you want to join? Send me a message. I've created a channel which you can follow. I'm going to share a link for those who want to join, where you can get updates. You'll be getting updates. It's a link to a WhatsApp channel. So it's a WhatsApp channel for the digital entrepreneurship program, which you can follow. So this is what you're going to get when you join: knowledge, tools, coaching, personalized feedback, materials, access to my contractors, and access to the tools that I use. The cost is $187 or 3,700 kwacha. Okay, you can get that. You can pay it in installments. And I look forward to interacting with you. Make sure that you stay up to date in the Facebook group called Hustle Nation, also on the WhatsApp channel called Digital Entrepreneurship Program. If you have any questions, please make sure you type them in the comments below. And I'm going to have a bonus. Worksheet which you can download. The simplified one-page plan. I'm going to add a link somewhere where you can download it and go through it at your own time. Okay. Thank you very much for sparing your time, and I hope you join the program so that you can interact and build your business and help you to meet your sales targets and your finance targets. Make sure you enjoy that money that comes from your business and do whatever you want with it. Spread your impact, help your family, travel, and all those benefits that